Welcome to my channel, Rise Up with Steve. Please hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends. Ladies, let me talk to you for a moment. I need you to understand something deep in your spirit. A woman who chooses herself first becomes unbreakable, not selfish, not cold, not heartless, unbreakable. Because when a woman finally decides I matter, everything in her life starts to change. See, for too long, women have been taught to put everybody else first. Your parents, your children, your husband, your boyfriend, your job, your friends. Everybody gets a piece of you until there's nothing left for you. And then people wonder why you're tired, frustrated, stressed, broken, and emotionally drained. Let me tell you something, you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you choose yourself first, you refill your cup. You protect your peace. You guard your energy. You respect your time. And once you do that, can't nobody play with you no more. A woman who chooses herself first no longer begs for love. She doesn't chase attention. She doesn't stay where she's not valued. She doesn't tolerate disrespect. She doesn't accept half love. She doesn't shrink herself to make somebody else comfortable because she finally understands her worth. See, the moment a woman realizes her value, her whole mindset changes. She stops asking, why am I not enough? And starts asking, why am I settling? She stops trying to fix broken men. She stops carrying emotional baggage that isn't hers. She stops accepting excuses. She stops lowering her standards. She stands tall. And when a woman stands in her power, she becomes dangerous in the best way. Because now she's unbreakable. Ladies, let me say this clearly and from the heart. Self-love is not selfish, it is survival. Too many women have been taught that loving themselves first makes them arrogant, proud, or uncaring. Society has programmed women to believe that sacrifice is the highest form of love, that giving until you are empty is what makes you good. That putting yourself last is what makes you noble. But let me tell you something, that way of thinking is dangerous. It drains you, it breaks you. It slowly destroys your spirit, your confidence, your health, and your happiness. Loving yourself first is not about neglecting others. It is about protecting yourself so you can continue to give without losing who you are. A woman who does not love herself becomes vulnerable to manipulation. She accepts less than she deserves. She stays in situations that hurt her. She tolerates disrespect. She over-explains. She overgives. She over-forgives. She keeps hoping people will change, while slowly losing herself in the process. She becomes tired, frustrated, emotionally exhausted, and confused, not because she is weak, but because she is giving more than she is receiving. When you do not love yourself, you stop believing that pain is normal, that struggle is part of love, and that suffering is something you must endure to keep people in your life. Self-love teaches a woman how to set boundaries, and boundaries are not walls. They are doors with locks. They allow good energy to enter and keep harmful energy out. When a woman learns to say no without guilt, to walk away without fear, and to choose peace over chaos, she begins to heal. She stops explaining herself to people who never tried to understand her. She stops begging for attention. She stops proving her worth. She realizes that her value does not decrease just because someone fails to see it. A woman who practices self-love listens to her intuition. She pays attention to red flags. She trusts her feelings. If something feels wrong, she no longer ignores it. She understands that her emotions are signals, not weaknesses. She stops forcing connections. She stops staying where she is not respected. She stops trying to be enough for people who will never be satisfied. She understands that it is not her job to fix broken people or carry emotional burdens that are not hers. Self-love also means forgiveness, not for others, but for yourself. Forgiving yourself for staying too long. Forgiving yourself for ignoring the signs. Forgiving yourself for giving your heart to someone who didn't know how to handle it. Forgiving yourself for choosing comfort over growth. Forgiving yourself for mistakes, because mistakes are lessons, not life sentences. When a woman forgives herself, she releases shame, guilt, and regret. She allows herself to move forward without chains. she becomes lighter. She becomes freer. When a woman truly loves herself, her standards rise. She no longer accepts excuses. She no longer entertains inconsistency. She no longer settles for emotional crumbs. She expects respect, honesty, effort, and loyalty, not because she is demanding, but because she finally understands her worth. She stops lowering herself to fit into places she has outgrown. She stops shrinking so others can feel comfortable. She stands tall in her truth. Self-love changes the way a woman loves others. She no longer loves from fear. She no longer loves from insecurity. She loves from wholeness. And when you love from wholeness, you no longer cling, chase, or beg. You share. You give. You support. But you do not lose yourself. You do not abandon your needs. You do not sacrifice your mental and emotional health just to keep someone around. A woman who loves herself is not easily shaken. Life will still test her. People will still disappoint her. Loss will still visit her. But she will not collapse the way she used to. She has learned how to hold herself together. She has learned how to breathe through pain. She has learned how to stand alone without feeling lonely. She has learned how to rebuild when everything falls apart. Self-love gives a woman emotional independence. She no longer depends on validation from others to feel good about herself. She does not measure her worth by someone's attention. She does not chase approval. She does not fear being alone. She understands that being alone is sometimes necessary for growth. In that solitude, she reconnects with herself. She discovers her strengths. She rediscovers her dreams. She rebuilds her confidence. When a woman chooses self-love, she becomes selective. She protects her time. She protects her energy. She protects her peace. She understands that her time is valuable and her energy is sacred. She no longer wastes it on people who bring drama, confusion, and negativity into her life. She chooses environments that help her grow. She surrounds herself with people who inspire her, uplift her, and support her journey. Self-love also means taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. It means resting when you are tired. It means walking away when you are overwhelmed. It means speaking kindly to yourself. It means celebrating your progress even when it's small. It means honoring your emotions instead of suppressing them. It means choosing growth over comfort, healing over bitterness, and peace over chaos. A woman who loves herself becomes magnetic. Her confidence shines. Her presence is powerful. Her energy is calm yet strong. People respect her because she respects herself. They value her because she values herself. They treat her better because she has taught them how to treat her. And even if they don't, she has the courage to walk away. Self-love is the foundation of strength. Without it, a woman is vulnerable to emotional exhaustion, heartbreak, and self-doubt. With it, she becomes resilient, confident, and unbreakable. She no longer fears losing people because she has found herself. She no longer begs for love because she gives it to herself. She no longer tolerates pain because she understands she deserves peace. This is why self-love is not selfish. It is survival. It is healing. It is power. It is freedom. It is the decision to choose yourself even when the world tells you not to. It is the courage to stand alone when necessary. It is the wisdom to walk away from what no longer serves you. It is the strength to protect your heart, your mind, and your soul. And when a woman truly learns to love herself, she becomes unstoppable. Ladies, let me be real with you. A woman who knows her worth never, ever settles for less. And I mean that in every area of her life, love, career, friendships, family, and even how she talks to herself in the mirror every day. Too many women are out here settling because they don't know their true value. They accept crumbs. They tolerate disrespect. They stay in situations that hurt them. And they convince themselves it's okay because they're afraid of being alone. Let me tell you something. Fear is the worst advisor you can ever listen to. Fear tells you that it's better to have something bad than nothing at all. Fear tells you to lower your standards. Fear tells you to ignore red flags. But when a woman knows her worth, fear loses its power. She refuses to accept anything less than she deserves. See, knowing your worth isn't about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. No, it's about understanding that you bring something special to the table. And you deserve someone something or a situation that recognizes it. A woman who knows her worth understands her gifts, her talents, her beauty, her intelligence, her spirit, and her heart. She knows that she is valuable. She knows that her time is precious. She knows that her energy is sacred. And she knows that she cannot afford to waste any of it on people or places that don't respect it. When you know your worth, you stop begging for attention. You stop trying to be enough for people who will never see it. You stop over-explaining yourself to those who have no intention of understanding you. You stop staying in relationships that drain you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You stop tolerating half-hearted efforts from people who don't care enough to give their all. You stop thinking that love, respect, and loyalty are optional, because once you know your worth, you understand that they are non-negotiable. And let me tell you, women, this is where power comes in. The moment you refuse to settle is the moment your life changes. People start noticing your confidence. People start respecting your boundaries. People start valuing you in ways they never did before. And if someone can't rise up to meet your standards, it's not your problem anymore. It's theirs. You don't have to fight for validation anymore because you have it within yourself. You don't have to convince someone to love you because you already love yourself. Knowing your worth also means knowing when to walk away. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign that you are unwilling to compromise your peace, your self-respect, or your future for anyone or anything that doesn't honor you. It's a sign that you understand your value is greater than the temporary comfort of staying in a situation that's holding you back. And let me tell you, walking away opens doors. It clears space in your life for people, opportunities, and experiences that actually deserve your presence. When a woman knows her worth, she also stops comparing herself to others. She doesn't chase validation. She doesn't compete with other women. She doesn't feel less than anyone else. She is secure because she knows who she is, what she brings to the table, and what she deserves. She sets standards. She communicates clearly, and she enforces them consistently. She attracts what matches her energy and repels what doesn't. A woman who knows her worth also teaches others how to treat her. Through her actions, her choices, and her self-respect, she sets a clear message. I am not available for anything less than genuine love, effort, respect, and loyalty. If you can't give that, step aside. And when she lives by this truth every day, she becomes unshakable. She becomes magnetic. She becomes unstoppable. Knowing your worth isn't something you learn overnight. It's a journey of self-discovery, healing, and self-love. But once you claim it, once you own it, you will never go back to settling again. You will never accept anything less than you deserve. And the world will see you for who you truly are, powerful, confident, and completely unbreakable. Ladies, listen to me carefully. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It is life-saving. It is the act that protects your peace and your energy. And let me tell you, nothing in this world is more valuable than those two things. Too many women go through life giving away pieces of themselves to people, jobs, relationships, and situations that drain them. They give, and before they even realize it, they are running on empty. And when your energy is gone, your peace is gone, and your life loses its brightness. Choosing yourself is the antidote to that. See, choosing yourself means you put your needs, your dreams, and your health on the table first. It doesn't mean you ignore others or stop caring. It means you recognize that your energy is a finite resource. You can't keep pouring into someone else's cup if yours is dry. You can't keep giving love, attention, or effort to people who take without giving back. Choosing yourself means creating boundaries that protect your mental, emotional, and spiritual space. It means saying no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what nourishes you. And I'm telling you, when you do this consistently, people start taking notice. When you choose yourself, you start protecting your peace. Peace isn't just the absence of chaos. Peace is a state of mind. It is a calm in your heart that can't be shaken by other people's nonsense. And the truth is, peace is fragile when you allow toxic energy to run rampant in your life. Toxic people, negative relationships, unrealistic expectations, and constant drama. These things eat away at your calm. But when you choose yourself, you learn to step back. You learn to walk away from situations that disturb your equilibrium. You learn to protect your mind from the noise, your heart from unnecessary pain, and your soul from energy vampires who only take and never give. Choosing yourself also means choosing self-respect. When you put yourself first, you show the world how valuable your time and energy are. You no longer tolerate disrespect. You no longer accept manipulation. You no longer let anyone treat you like an option. You honor yourself by making decisions that align with your values, your standards, and your goals. You stop trying to please everyone and you start pleasing the most important person in your life, you. And when you do that, your energy is replenished, your confidence grows, your focus sharpens, and suddenly life starts to work in your favor in ways you never imagined. It's not always easy though. Choosing yourself means making tough decisions. It means leaving behind people, places, and patterns that have been comfortable but draining. It means saying no to things that feel urgent but are not important. It means prioritizing rest over overcommitment, healing over distraction, and growth over comfort. And let me tell you, that kind of choice doesn't happen without courage. But once you step into that courage, your life changes forever. Choosing yourself also teaches others how to treat you. When you consistently protect your peace and energy, you send a clear message: I am not here to be drained. I'm not here to be disrespected. I am not here to compromise my well-being for anyone else's convenience. People start to honor you because you honor yourself. And even if they don't, it no longer breaks you. Your energy is intact. Your peace is intact. Your soul is intact. When a woman chooses herself, she learns the value of rest, boundaries, and self-care. She invests in activities, people, and environments that recharge her. She spends time in reflection, in meditation, in growth. She learns to say no without guilt, to walk away without regret, and to protect her heart without apology. And here's the beauty of it. When you protect your energy, your life starts attracting positivity. The right opportunities come. The right people come. The right experiences come. Because energy always attracts energy. And a woman who values her peace becomes magnetic in the most powerful way. Choosing yourself is a daily decision. It's not a one-time event. It's a commitment to protect your heart, mind, and soul from anything that threatens to drain you. And when you do this consistently, you become unshakable. You become unstoppable. You become a woman who cannot be manipulated, used, or broken. Your peace becomes your fortress, and your energy becomes your power. Ladies, I need you to hear me loud and clear. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. And I mean that in every area of your life: love, friendship, success, happiness, and respect. Too many women are out here running after people, opportunities, and validation that will never catch them. They give too much of their time, energy, and love to people who are not willing to give back. They try to fix situations that aren't meant to be fixed. They bend, twist, and compromise themselves just to get approval, attention, or affection, and all the while they are losing pieces of themselves. But the truth is, you will never attract what you want by chasing it desperately. You attract it by being aligned with your worth, your value, and your peace. See, chasing comes from fear. Fear of being alone, fear of missing out, fear of not being loved, fear of not being enough. And fear is a weak foundation for anything. When you chase, you show the world that your happiness depends on someone else, that your self-worth depends on external validation, and that your power is outside of you. People feel that energy. They feel desperation. And let me tell you something. Desperation repels the right kind of people, the right kind of opportunities, and the right kind of energy. But when you stop chasing, when you stop clinging, when you stop begging for attention or approval, something amazing happens. You begin to attract naturally. You begin to draw into your life exactly what matches your energy. Attracting is about confidence. It's about knowing your value and living in it unapologetically. When you are busy loving yourself, protecting your peace, and living your life, the universe takes notice. People take notice. Opportunities take notice. Doors open that you never even saw. That's how attraction works. It's not manipulation. It's not playing games. It's not pretending to be someone you're not. It's simply aligning with who you truly are and letting the right people, situations, and blessings come to you. When a woman stops chasing, she also stops tolerating disrespect. She stops settling for half love. She stops compromising her standards. She stops investing in people who won't invest in her. And here's the thing. The moment she does this, she starts attracting respect, loyalty, love, and honesty. People who are genuine, who are ready, who are aligned with her energy start to show up. People who are manipulative, selfish, and toxic naturally drift away. And that's a beautiful thing because it clears space in her life for the right connections. Attraction also comes from focus. When you stop chasing, you redirect your energy to what matters. Your dreams, your goals, your personal growth, and your happiness. You stop wasting your time on distractions, drama, and people who do not add value to your life. You invest in yourself, your skills, your mindset, and your emotional health. And guess what? That energy is magnetic. People are drawn to confidence. People are drawn to joy. People are drawn to women who know their worth and refuse to compromise it. And let me be clear, attraction doesn't happen overnight. It's not magic. It's the result of consistency. It's the result of choosing yourself every single day, of protecting your energy, of respecting your boundaries, and of refusing to chase what isn't meant for you. The universe, life, and the right people respond to that energy. They respond to clarity, self-love, and power. When a woman stops chasing, she finally experiences freedom. Freedom from insecurity, freedom from emotional exhaustion, freedom from disappointment. She starts living life on her own terms. She stops worrying about what others think. She stops trying to force things to happen. She stops begging for attention and affection. She starts trusting the timing of her life. She starts letting go and letting the right people and the right opportunities find her. And here's the most powerful part. When you attract rather than chase, you live in alignment with your worth. You no longer settle. You no longer compromise. You no longer feel small or desperate. You are magnetic, confident, and unshakable. People, opportunities, and love come to you naturally because you have chosen yourself first. And the right energy can't resist a woman who knows her value. Ladies, I need you to hear this and really let it sink in. Healing makes a woman emotionally unbreakable. Too many women walk through life, carry invisible scars, wounds from the past, heartbreaks, betrayals, disappointments, and hurts that never got fully addressed. They try to act like they're okay, but inside, they are broken, fragile, and exhausted. And sometimes, instead of healing, they cover the pain with busyness, distractions, people-pleasing, or temporary fixes. But I'm telling you right now, pretending you're fine doesn't heal you. Hiding from your pain doesn't fix you. You have to face it, confront it, and go through the process of healing, because that is what will make you unbreakable. Healing isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It's messy. It forces you to look in the mirror and face your own mistakes, your regrets, your insecurities, and your fears. It forces you to deal with people who hurt you and situations that broke you. Healing asks you to feel the pain you've been avoiding and to make a conscious decision not to let it control you anymore. And I know that sounds scary. I know it feels overwhelming, but here's the truth. The woman who heals herself becomes unstoppable. She becomes unshakable. She becomes a force that nothing in this world can break. When a woman heals, she no longer depends on anyone else for validation. She stops seeking love from those who never gave it. She stops looking for approval from people who will never understand her. She stops begging for attention from those who are unwilling to see her value. Her emotional strength no longer relies on the whims or moods of others because she has learned to nurture and love herself first. And once she reaches that point, heartbreak doesn't destroy her anymore. Betrayal doesn't shake her faith. Disappointment doesn't shatter her spirit. She has built a foundation of inner strength that cannot be cracked by external circumstances. Healing also teaches a woman how to set boundaries. It shows her what is acceptable and what is not. She no longer tolerates emotional abuse, manipulation, or disrespect. She recognizes the people, environments, and situations that drain her and chooses to step away. She protects her heart, her mind, and her energy because she knows their worth. And once you do this consistently, people around you begin to respect you. People begin to treat you differently because your healed energy communicates that you are not someone to be taken lightly. Healing helps a woman reclaim her power. Pain often makes us doubt ourselves, question our value, and feel small. But when a woman heals, she confronts those doubts head on. She forgives herself for staying too long, for trusting the wrong people, for allowing heartbreak to define her. She learns that mistakes and hardships are lessons, not labels. She rebuilds her confidence, reclaims her self-worth, and reestablishes her identity. And the result is a woman who stands tall, confident, and emotionally strong. Healing is not a one-time event. It is a journey. It requires patience, persistence, and self-love. It requires seeking help when necessary, talking about your pain instead of hiding it, and being willing to do the work even when it hurts. And yes, sometimes it takes time. But every step you take toward healing is a step toward emotional unbreakability. Every tear you shed, every lesson you learn, every boundary you enforce builds resilience. When a woman heals, she becomes magnetic. People are drawn to her strength. They are drawn to her confidence. They are drawn to her peace. And even if someone tries to hurt her, they will find it difficult because her emotional foundation is unshakable. She can love deeply without losing herself. She can care without being consumed. She can live fully without fear. Healing transforms her from someone who reacts to pain into someone who rises above it. A healed woman is a dangerous woman in the best way possible. Not because she is vengeful, not because she is bitter, but because she has discovered the power of her own resilience. She has learned that her peace is priceless. Her heart is sacred. And her worth is non-negotiable. And when she walks through this world, she does it with strength, grace, and unbreakable spirit.